Broadcast live.
What's up? We out here with my easy. Does it? Ganda. You know, don't go under. Stand out, Tim.
Yeah, I'm good, man. What's up?
You know, chilling, man.
To be here.
It's good seeing you.
Thanks for inviting me.
Esh.
Hey, tada.
I was listening to the album Leye Ninyuele this weekend, and I was like, God damn, them tracks are classic, B.
Okay.
Dark and blue, dark and love,
yeah.
dark and blue,
Dark blue.
blue.
The Teargas. Yeah, damn.
It just like, it was great. It's just greatness, you know?
Yeah, it was a dope album. Classics in there.
Classic album. I'm just
Different
bringing
songs,
it up.
though.
I'm just bringing it up just so if people don't know, you were involved in that big album. Just in case.
Yes.
By court.
Most definitely.
I was listening to that. You just don't know how great it is until you are away from it. Until like you years away from it.
Yeah, I think so. Like all the time when I hear the song, I'm like, wow, we used to like really do something like this. Yeah, those were the good days.
Jeez. Like
For real though, like yeah. Mrs. Pan and Amachita, Mrs. Pan.
yes. I didn't go to Kalisayo.
I
know when and I was like, no.
Like I'm touched. Like yabo, I'm honored.
No, I'm on live.
If that thing comes from where now.
I want live. No, I was listening to it this weekend and I was like,
because like Namachitas Pomagut, Anton.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to hip hop and making sure good hip hop is relevant to us, so yeah, it's Pomagut with that.
Abongezing lalela album leya and I was like, there's no way that you guys want break up.
Yeah, it
was
happens.
Too big.
Cool.
I haven't even gotten to the singles.
Come on, like I know.
Shit.
Those were the days, right?
I mean, that was the magic, man. You know what I mean?
You.
It's the magic.
Thank you.
Contained the magic.
Thanks.
Solo and understanding when you go solo making
Yeah.
music, how hard is it just to get that motivation just to, let me just add one more line, let me just add this on the chorus, you know, how hard is it just to get into that space?
You know, the motivation will always be there, bro, because music, we sacrifice a lot of things to do in music, most definitely hip hop, because we went against the grain. As Katoguti, everybody didn't believe we hip hop, and there was Kwaito out there. Guti, come on, you can just do Kwaito and be famous. But I wanted to tell stories. I wanted the music, Guti Nyamamela every day, and the beats that really resonate with my mind and everything. But I loved Kwaito, and that's why I still do Kwaito songs even today. And if you are Mamela from Teargas, all of those days, even my flows are quite flows, you know. So for me, Nanje, inspiration is always there, like motivation is always there, because at the end of the day, things that we see every day, things that we go through, things that people say about us, like Nanje, like life every day, like life challenges, so they're always there. So motivation is always there for me.
When you guys were working as a group and you were putting together that album, which I think that it's you know, there are albums in South African history that have to be mentioned, you know, and you guys were big, but did you see that album being what it was, you know? And I know I'm backtracking because it was sentimental for me. I felt like I knew how big it was, but 4 years later I was like, this thing was amazing. This is why these guys broke up. You know what I mean? These songs are too big to stay together.
Wow, like thanks, man. Like, you know, like as I'm saying, like to me, Game in Jezoma I know, like after coming up with like such prime ideas, such high quality ideas, and with people like Abo Teargas, KO, you know what I mean? Like those days, those guys used to produce Kakulu. They would come with beats, and I would go like, "Yo, Bafetu, let's be on it." And for me, mostly Spansam was like really I have to make sure Guti Amachi that we humble them. Let's stay relevant to the hood more than anything. Let's tell the stories as a sekasi. And let's sense hip hop the way abantu base South Africa bazoyithanda ngakhona. And let it resonate with the people more than anything. And the album came, and even with ingoma like Abomhlobo Wami, you know, we just went against the grain with hip hop and said, you know what, we South African, we want like an African sound more than anything. Though we got a lot of backlashes from Abanbe hip hop, and of which they were in like good spaces that time, and but those records were big. And if you check Teargas from when we started, like Vele, we always had challenges about the industry, about Vele, because and we didn't go to I didn't go to a private school, and we didn't know the right people. Only people abebasazi and abantu believe agiti abantu abafana nani, because we used to go to sessions together, and then you will see us rap. So and for Teargas, from the first album, you know, it changed. If you check out how big it was, got cool in the hood, and the stories that we told, and we didn't get. It was, the song was big, the album was big, but the album wasn't that big that we could get like Kiko, because even from the hip hop side of it, with Amachita will accept that much, because we've got like too much Kwaito influence in this product, and they didn't know Guti. This is really like the future of South African hip hop.
Now the bodies are there, right? You got KO. I mean KO, Mr. Swagger Nova, Untugza. He's
Mr.
a backpack.
Perfection.
He's a backpacker.
Mr. Perfection.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Even if even on a swagging song, he's always got that punchline. I mean, like fine. Even if I hear Sheila, you know, and then you've got to bring the hood together. I mean, to bring all these elements, everybody's there. When I listen to this, I just wish that I could just see you guys again.
Most
making
definitely.
Music.
That's what people are saying.
What would it take though? Is it time just to get together and sit down, because the bodies are there, the minds are there, you know?
More than anything, Amachi, we just need to just chill, like let it be natural, you know. Like the brotherhood must come back. I'm just happy with it. I chill with Ndungza now. I go to his house, bring my kids, sit blow me the whole day, let the kids swim, young Tola, Bri, and things like that. Just to bring the vibe back more than anything, because more than anything, Sikalesa Machi, no KO, young Tola. So that vibe between me and I has to be there, and the love, young Tola, between us, and try to see reunite again spiritually, young Tola, before we make the music, so that we connect. And for me, because we are in that process right now, I would tell the people that it's easy to do that, because we are here in that process. Which Saploma na Machita Sakulum, young Tola, grand. So after that, obviously studio time, young Tola, if you I think you have got this, my man. I think we can do this idea, and it's all about that for me. More than anything, we just have to connect as brothers spiritually, and as an issue to me, the connection that I have with my brothers right now, that's what is important. And I don't want to pressurize them and say, yo, let's do this. I just want that to come naturally. Do you think we can sample it and do like a quiet, like Teargas song, it's something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're saying that. And I'm glad you guys also say that, because Nami, when everybody asks, it's like, I go, we gotta find the brotherhood.
Cool. It's just,
because that's what it's not. We're not a music group. We're brothers.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And the love must be there, because Manja Masugu, it's all about business, isn't it, Jalo? I think we're gonna start footy from,
backwards.
We are backwards, and like now we're doing everything. Yo, let's check. Yo, hey, the splits, the words, and all of those business things. At the end of the day, because of where we are as human beings and the way we were programmed from way back. But since greedy over money, when you see money, you think, now I'm the better man. I'm better than this guy. I can't know it's not about money at the end of the day, young Tola. It's all about you and what can you equip yourself with? What are you learning every day, young Tola, mentally, more than anything, and spiritually? It's all about that at the end of the day. And Inyungu will always be there if you know yourself and you're growing yourself spiritually, you're growing yourself mentally, and of which you're equipping yourself in knowledge more than anything.
Maravoni sometimes and I mean I know people but they talk about Inyungu, but Manga traveling is a grind, right? Let's say in 100%. Singana next or stays so majid. You know majid masilanda lento lena ne. Mele city masi 33%, 99%.
Yeah.
No matter 1 rand.
Yeah.
No matter 10 million. Then the one who literally turns, it's not money. They're just going against the agreement.
Yes.
It's not even imad. You just not aligned with the agreement. Because it is inevitable. Melanie Kulumi mad. But Melanie Kulume from the beginning, you know, guys, if Skylander foot dieting, if we had to split Yonkin, as for Melanie go Yonkin, from the start. And then it's not pinned as Kulume mad.
Most definitely.
It's not pinned as Kulume mad.
So Yazo and what's in for you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then when I'm also Kulume mad, which could so
problem,
and
or Koninteza. Yeah, I know the situations.
So what's it made to an
why so kind? And the winner, make sure hey son, hey, this nigga calling me out like this. What's happening? Is there any money coming, nigga? No, man. I'm just making sure shit's straight. You know what I mean?
Last year, why am I just so bad?
It's always like that, bro. But at the end of the day, it's all about respect. Kakulu if you sebenza nabanya band, and the sebenza nabanya band is the most important thing about, which is collaborating and. Just like the spirit of loving each other and people seeing it from outside, they can even just like that energy, that good energy, it rub off into them. So for me, it's very important to show people unity, to show people love. If lapo for the unity corner, fear. There's someone raising their voices, someone trying to flaws me, I can speak better. That's where the problem starts, young Tola. People are not allowed to be individuals and because if you're an artist, already you are a boss, young Tola. Like you don't, because you're creating this thing from your heart, from your soul. This thing is yours. And you're expecting a lot from it. And if you go to Mundo, take care of this one. And you want to rule that person, that's when the problem starts. So much that we just don't understand. We have to respect each other more than anything, love each other. Which is sad. If it's normal ganja, I'm phone to blind. Because if you surely now is a phone I have to my cousin and that thing grows to a community, grows to the whole nation. And lento leyo I understand joba ngisho ukuthi the more cooler, the more born ukuthi isn't as important man, okay imali na isohlala khona ngithola, but okay now when as a human being ukuphi ngithola where are you, like mentally where are you, like are you the person abangathi abantu noma ungahamba today but yo ma used to created this, created that, and ngithola. So for me khona manje that's what is important more than anything. Like, what am I gonna leave behind? Am I just gonna let people, or I'm just like gonna let myself, not even people, just gonna let myself disappoint myself, to disappoint my kids? Or Fuguti, I had like so much potential, Fuguti, to reach like my potential, even go past it. So for me now, I feel Fuguti more than anything. About funega respect. Funega respect, not hand. So like of which yaleka kakhulu gaming, because song ke khona manje speaking yo song ke speak ukuthi yo is slicker, I'm better than slicker, and khona manje is not about that. It's good. Yabo asimo states iso ki South Africa one told there's a lot of things to fix, more than just with this flosela, more than just with driver, more than so. But the more you grow, the more you see things, and you're gonna act better. And you invest your time, you invest your spirit, your mind, your everything into growing yourself.
I mean, I'm glad you're saying that. I mean, now that you are in the game, you've always found a way to integrate yourself with new guys in the game. But besides yourself, Questa, maybe one may say Black Liz, in the mainstream, where do you think Ikasi is in hip hop?
For me now, like kakhulu, I feel like into Ikasi, they ain't celebrating what Questa is doing. Because if they were celebrating what Questa is doing, multi-platinum, selling guy, like selling over Kwaito, even sales, Oguti, it was like unreachable for hip hop. So Konamanje, I see them trying to chase cool. Young Tola for Tina, we were chasing cool, but we knew how to be real. We knew Guti a culture in the soul. This is what we have to preserve as South Africans, not just as hip hop. Hip hop is there, will always be there. We will appreciate that. Young Tola, but as South Africans, he is full of own.
So you feel that like Manje, there's this. I always say,
I think new rappers. I want to hear more
lifestyle.
questions. I want to hear more Kid X's,
Yeah.
like Lama flow, like slow flows, wondrous flows. I want to hear boys about Kamuga Epiri with nothing in their pockets, trying to flow like that. No matter what type of flow, go home. No matter what flow, go house. It doesn't matter to me. But there is a culture to preserve. For me, no problem, I'm good. If you put kasi and you know yourself, there's a culture to preserve. No matter hip hop. That's why about Basse South, there was hip hop, but when about trap. And the China say, yo, trap, you learn to out there, I let you method man and find out that. To understand with Sonjan. But about a young cheesy, they kept on going, Gucci. And at the end of the day, I turned young cheesy. Did you hear that new young cheesy? Did you hear? Let's say Florida, young Tola, young Tola about Juicy J and things like that. And we got close to them because they represented trap and they didn't change it until Abantu. Now it dominates the world. Their sound dominates the world. Everybody would say, I want to get into the club and be cool. They want to do trap.
Magamama pekisisa though, ngoba yiko ngisho ukuthi ikasi mainstream hip hop nekasilva because all those things is a trap. They're not close to a guys. You understand? It's almost like it becomes Wonderland, the hip hop.
No, I mean, you're about interest for analysis, which wants a trap, like something influenced. Like if you're a hip hop guy, you can do a song like that, but don't do a song like that and say, well, this is what really represents me.
But you see, the more you see success through trap, where we used to see success through maybe about Jay-Z, about whoever, the more you see success through trap, you start thinking that Kushkut meling toli gold, Kushkut meling to Maratina. We always just say Kushkut meling bad.
No,
like I'm just saying.
I understand. Like the way we beg on a corner, and I'm saying, which if you celebrating Interstate South Africa, let's celebrate. If you're Pumekasi, if you saying when I'm all about the hungry people. I'm all about helping the people Abasekasi, and I want to speak to them and tell them about their problems. Let's celebrate Questa.
Does our current hip hop though, especially in the mainstream, because those are the guys that are pushing. Do you think our current hip hop represents that though right now?
Most definitely.
Yeah,
I think so, because that's why even about songs like about Auntie, they're doing great. Because people resonate with those songs more.
So right now you've been dropping singles. What's going on with Maeve from a music perspective? I'm sure everybody will be happy to know that at least in your Brian and Machita, WhatsApp group of Teargas.
Yo, I wish we can get there like quite soon. That's a good idea.
started with the WhatsApp group.
Good idea. Yeah. No. Konamanje with music. Short Manje, people know. I've just released a new album in 2012, but I've released the video a promo from Township Councillor because I felt with that song which is too big to let it go, and I couldn't push it. ngaleso sikhathi because of all the problems that we had. I couldn't like push township councillor because that record had to umuzi, it had to Kid X, and people know what happened. And for me, now it's like, yo, this song represents me so much. I love the beats, the Kwaito influence. I love Kid X on it. I love how Muzi brought that brand of Fasi, feel in it.
You love those kids though. When I look at you, I feel you genuinely love those kids.
Kakulu, like for me, it's all about love more than anything. As I've told you, if you don't spread that, that's where the problem starts. And if you push anything, fear, that's where the problem starts. If anything,
I mean, and I'll tell you why. You know what was dope for me is that being Fonelu Spoo the other day, Spoo the Rock, who was his manager, and I wanted them to do something, you know. And it was the day you were shooting the video. But I appreciated Spoo was like, no, I'm fine. That day is shooting video. So he made it sound like a video, but you know, I was like, no, my E is shooting video, so you know, Nomus has to be there, whatever. But I just appreciated that, like, you know, I mean, it's like there's no matter what people say, they've got that, yo, Marie is important in our agenda, and we can't do what you got to do because that's it. And for me, you know, those things matter. It's small things that, like, you know,
and let me tell you,
mention.
Let me tell you this, with them, it's like genuine. Young talk, because they come to my house, we chill. Smooth, I come to my house, we chill as well. You know, Moons, they can come to my house. Like, she was there like last week. And for me, I spread love more than anything because I know, Guti, that's the only way Young Tola to solve anything. That's the only way, Guti, as a starter scene, as hip hop, is big and as full of figure. So I understand Abanya Bantu, you know, they're all about, hey, I have to flex my power, I have to understand. But for me,
around the circle.
For me, it's not about that. That's why my E is still here today, because I just represent who I am. Nyaz with Mpumakas, Nyaz with Bankuli Senjam. And I will always represent that. That's why even anybody, I show anything on me. It's a very fun, sharp. Young Tola, ilang alak figure. If Gunjalo, but I'm just that guy.
I mean, just to wrap it up, you've been talking about love. When you getting married?
Yo, man. Man. I have to do it soon, though.
Soon?
Yeah, like I have to be a family man soon, bro. I'm planning on it. Like, for real, though.
You got a family, but you haven't connected the dot with the man.
I have to soon. Like quite soon.
Alright, let's invite him, Shati.
When I'm invite him. I just like it. Sirap matatini song, kasama ngamakhaya.
That's why ngin-invite. I was shy list. Ule what I wasn't. Let's take us invite him emshadweni wami. Cabanga mfana ngibhadalela amatafula, ngibhadalele nani. Mfana azange sizwakale, stay sharp, azange sizwakale.
Bani? Wow, mina. Smacks. Yeah. Please, uSmax emshadweni wakho wait who?
Oh, okay.
So to my ear man.
No, which good no. Okay, which good ka KO again untusa. That's KO untusa. That's KO untusa.
Label knows good for me, you know, it's like my extended family. Yang thola mawukhuluma ngabojabu, amachita. You know, he knows the like chiller song sometimes about JR, you know, like extended family.
All right. No,
extended family.
I'm sure that to KO.
Angazi ukuthi mina wayangvalela ngaphandle. Izinto zethu zihamba njani. That's okay.
Bana mina ngibhalela ngaphandle kunethomo ngazibheka.
Bafethu ngibhalele ngaphandle live. But it's so good because bekazi ukuthi uma ibe kazombulala ngendwa.
That's why ngibhalele ngaphandle. Ngiyabonga Jeba.
That's my dog.
Just. Easy does it.
Broadcast live